I'm Taryn Deaton. I'm a principal with Thread Strategies, and I'm here today with my colleague and friend, Holly Richardson, who is a director with Thread. And we are so grateful that you've joined us today for Threading It Together, which is our video series of kind of tips and tricks for you as a nonprofit fundraiser and to help you in your work. And today we're going to be talking about planned giving and how it doesn't have to be overly fancy or technical, and that there are some easy ways for donors to make planned gifts to your organization. So we're going to talk about some of the nuts and bolts about that today. So Holly, when you think about planned giving, what's kind of the first vehicle that you think of as it comes to planned giving?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, planned giving, we're thinking bequests, right? That's immediately where our mind jumps to. And we're thinking about estate planning. And first and foremost, I think a lot of people can get a little bit put off by estate planning or the idea of it because it is sophisticated. It does involve lawyers, and it's a real realm of practice that people will devote their entire careers to, right? And when it comes to making a bequest and a charitable contribution through a will, what we want to point out about the nuts and bolts of that is that it's really actually quite simple, and that all the donor needs to do is instruct their estate attorney that they want to make a charitable gift in the amount of X dollars to this organization. And it becomes just one line within the larger estate document under a section of gifts. And it's not complicated in the way that trusts or charitable annuities or any of these other things might be that could be set up through estate planning. It really is just a one-line articulation that I, the donor, want to make a bequest in this amount to this organization. And that's really all it takes. It is not that complicated. So yes, while it involves estate lawyers and it's something that the donor has to handle, you as the fundraiser and the supporter in that process don't really have a role in that. You can help the donor feel at ease that in giving that instruction to their estate lawyer is really quite simple. It is just a one-line articulation of an intent to make a gift. So you can just help your donor understand that that's super easy to do. It is not as complex as the other parts of estate planning are. But Taryn, I know you've had a lot of sort of super amazing firsthand experience with helping donors get set up with making planned gifts in different ways. So what are some of the other vehicles that you've steered people towards beyond and outside of the estate planning process?
Right. So the other two that we want to talk about today are actually kind of grouped together because the way that you make these gifts is the same. And that is that you can, through a beneficiary designation form, you can make an estate gift through your life insurance policy or through your retirement account. And it's super simple, just like in the same way that you might list your spouse or a child as a beneficiary of your retirement plan or your life insurance plan, you can list a nonprofit organization. And all you really need is the legal name of the nonprofit organization, their address, and their EIN, their employment identification number, the federal kind of tax number that the organization has, which most organizations will be very happy to give to you. And you can probably find on their 990 or something like that. But it's super simple. They just have to fill out that form. It can be something that somebody decides to do today. They can change that form and it can go into effect same day. And then one of the reasons I really love this opportunity with the beneficiary designations is that it's something that, first of all, it's just easy to do, but it's something that's very approachable. And it's particularly for younger donors. In my last experience as a director of development at an organization, we had a lot of donors in their 20s and 30s who were making planned gifts through through a life insurance policy or through a retirement plan. And, they weren't ready to write a will yet, but they wanted to leave some sort of legacy to an organization. And so, anyway, it's just a really easy way, and it's among the top. Those are what we've just mentioned to you through bequests, through retirement plans, and through life insurance plans are the most common types of planned gifts that people make, and also they happen to be the easiest. So anyway, I love this type of planned giving.
Yeah. And I just think, again, the nuts and bolts of that is so simple. For you as the fundraiser, you don't need to know anything more or do anything more sophisticated than help your donor understand that when it comes to the request, they just have to instruct their attorney that they want to make that gift, or that all they have to do is go find that beneficiary form, and change the information. And that's it. Like that's nuts and bolts wise, it's not hard. Like there are way harder things we do as fundraisers. This is not a hard thing. So
That's right.
It's great. It's super easy, super democratic, and
Yeah.
will take you a very long way.
Yeah, that's right. And we hope that just kind of knowing these three methods removes any sort of like barrier or concern that you might have about getting started. So so hope this has been helpful. We really appreciate you joining us today for Threading It Together. And we hope that you'll check out the rest of our videos on plan giving that are on our YouTube channel, and certainly would love for you to subscribe. But also, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about plan giving, if your organization is really ready to launch a program, Holly and I are going to be hosting a 2-day training, partial days, not the full days, March 24th and 25th, entitled How to Launch and Succeed Your Plan Giving Program. And you can find more information about that kind of boot camp on our website at threadstrategies.com. Again, we appreciate you joining us today. Hope this was very helpful, and we wish you happy fundraising.
Happy fundraising.